Welcome back to Pure Nebraska. It's time to hear from another volunteer of the Farm Women's Group Common Ground. The group is always working to get a positive message out about agriculture.
For many farmers, the harvest is nearly over. For some, it is totally complete. The question now is, what do farmers do with the land after harvest? So join us now with more on that is Common Ground volunteer Ruth Reedy from Scribner, Northeast Nebraska, where I'm from, and I understand we are related distantly, right?
That's correct. So,
Found that out, huh?
Through my great-grandmother,
yeah, I did a little,
Blanche Gilster.
did a little snooping on the internet and found out that it's the great-grandma and there's some cousins there, and
Okay.
So
we'll have to talk and figure this out at some point.
Right.
So thanks for coming from Scribner today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so harvest, is it all done for you guys?
For us, we are done. The last kernel's gotten to the bin, and so now we're trying to get things cleaned up, put away, tidied up, and doing some field work too. Our field work consists of putting on fertilizer, preparing for next year. I always kind of think that farmers are a lot like Cubs fans. You know, we're always waiting for next year. And so we're doing things like that. We've also got a small cow herd, and so we'll be turning them out on the corn stalks because it's a great source of feed for those cows. It feeds the cows, and it also cleans up the cornfield for next year because corn can be a weed in soybeans frequently, and if you can get less seed out there to germinate next year, the better off you are. On my way down here today, I also saw a lot of people had baled the corn stover, and a lot of times that's used in cattle feeding operations as a roughage source. It can also be used for bedding. It's a very nice clean bedding when you have calving in the spring. Gives them a nice dry place to have calves warm and a feed source too at the same time.
Boy, there's a lot of options for the land after harvest that you really don't think about. Do people still disc the corn stubble under, or is it mostly kind of a no-till type situation?
It really depends on what the farmer has chosen to use as his situation in his operation. We are a no-till farm, my husband and I. Others do disc some, depending on how they want to manage their land. We've also used some cover crops, which we put in after harvest. And these may be a combination of a tillage radish, turnips, rye, all those sorts of things. It's all about making sure that soil is healthy and has the proper microbes and nutrients to promote the crop next year.
Do you put any fertilizer on the land?
Yeah, we do. We have used a combination this year. We're using some manure from feedlots. We're also using anhydrous ammonia. Anhydrous is in the white tanks, and sometimes as you go past a field of anhydrous, you'll catch an ammonia smell because that's what anhydrous is. It's ammonia, and it's a nitrogen fertilizer strictly. It's a very economical product to use. It requires some special application machinery, but a lot of farmers will put it on in the fall so they're ready next spring.
And that's one of the goals right now, is to kind of recharge that nitrogen by doing the ammonia, anhydrous ammonia, or the cover crop as well.
Yes, and a lot of times with the cover crop, it will help cycle some of the nutrients and get them in a more usable state and location as the crop grows and puts its roots through the soil.
Okay, Ruth, thank you. You're going to stick around. I see we're going to be doing some cooking next.
Yes, it's cold outside, or getting colder, and I always like to have something warm when you come in from that cold, and so we'll try a little ham and beans with some cornbread muffins.
Great, okay, yeah.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you for sticking around.
You're welcome.